Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88. Back again for a rare back-to-back-to-back live stream. Hope everybody's doing how's everybody doing today on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, or evening, actually. Hope everybody's doing very well. I'm not going to keep y'all too long. It was just something that was on my mind today when I was watching certain clips of the show of Coach JB and Big Smitty show. Now, I don't know too much about Coach JB, but he seems like he's a white man with some flavor. Bit on the conservative side, but he has some flavor. Sounds like he grew up around brothers, coaching brothers in JUCO level. Knows his stuff. So I didn't know he was into cigars as well, so I might have to hang out with him one of these days just to smoke a stick with him. Talk football and other bullshit. But he was talking about the WNBA and the players who during the All-Star weekend this past weekend actually. And they're talking about they want to get paid more money. Well, I'm trying to understand, this league has been losing money hand over fist since 1997, since the WNBA began operations. It only began operations during the summer, where there's not a lot of sports going on. So they're not really making any money. They're losing money. Besides, and because they're losing money, the reason being is that nobody wants to see 12 or 10 ostriches on the court who are studs, who are not attractive studs, who are running around up and down the court playing basketball. All right? That's not really appealing to guys, especially guys like myself. So we're not going to the games. Not necessarily. We're not going to the games to watch these broads play basketball. I mean, you have one or two somewhat attractive women, but the studs are getting at them. All right? Wasn't that one chick, I forgot her name, who became a lawyer and married a guy that she got out of prison on an appeal? Skylar Diggins. Yeah. She was even talking about she was the only straight woman on the team, and she was constantly bullied by her teammates because she was because she loves dick. She was bullied by these carpet munching ostriches who was probably trying to turn her out. So that's what women's basketball is really all about. It's about lesbians. It's a game for lesbians. It's not for men. It's not a game that men would find appealing. I never really found it appealing, women's basketball. I never did. The ladies were not really that attractive. I think they swing both ways. I think they're carpet munching, man-hating bitches. You know, you had some of them had a big booty and everything, but I just don't see it surviving after this year. If these idiots plan on sitting out. Hell, they'll make more money overseas, man. Like that crazy looking bitch, Kennedy Carter. And that's a crazy looking light-skinned bitch. He was a dyke bitch, man. I don't know. But the one thing I can tell you about the game, when I did watch the game, because I do gamble I do occasionally sports gamble. I don't do it often because I'm not a degenerate. All right. I might do $1 here, $1 there on FanDuel, but I'm not a degenerate gambler because I don't have the money like that to throw away just yet. I don't have Michael Jordan get money to throw away like this motherfucker does. Okay? I mean, if I'm going to gamble, I'm going to do it the right way. And I'm going to, see, there's this book I'm reading called Mathletics, all right? Where you can just use mathematical probabilities in an Excel spreadsheet to create models, betting models. So it will help. It will give you an advantage. It will help, but I don't know. I really got to study it so I can come back and talk to you guys about it. I'll talk to you guys about it when I finish the book. It's about 500 pages, so I should be finished with it, with the book within, if I'm not too busy, within 2 weeks. Yeah, motherfuckers, I do read. All right, I read almost anything. I read all the time, motherfuckers. That's what you should be doing. You should be reading. You get a lot of game when you're reading books. Plus, if you're getting at the ladies, you'll have something to talk about. You'll have something to talk about with the ladies. I wonder what these motherfuckers are doing around here. With the car carriers right on my balcony. Oh well, I don't give a fuck. But anyway, I'm not going to be too long on this topic because it really isn't a topic, because I don't think half of y'all motherfuckers watch WNBA. You know, I can honestly tell you, me and Brother Rich, we went to our first and only WNBA game back in 1997 at the Garden, when the New York Liberty was playing the LA Sparks at the Garden. So I got to see Tina Thompson, I got to see Lisa Leslie, I got to see all those ostriches running up and down the court. I mean, it was okay. But I noticed something. I noticed who were attending the games, all right? It was mainly little girls and lesbians and their partners. I hardly ever seen any guys out there watching the game because nobody really give a fuck. And the tickets at the time to go to the Garden to watch an event was like $10. It was $10 for the cheap seats. $10 for the cheap seats. So, I mean, you can't beat it. But I haven't been back ever since. Because I remember when I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, there was this woman who was a Syracuse fan and also an alum. And we was just chatting it up, and it turned out she was the vice. I think she was the head of marketing operations for the New York Liberty, because now they play the games down at the Barclays Center. And she was literally begging me to go to the game. I'm like, all right, I'll go to the game. She said, look, give me a call. Here's my card. Give me a call. I'll hook you up with some tickets. I lost the card. I was gonna do it the next day, but I lost her number. But fuck it. I was gonna go to the game for free. Shit. But that was back in February when I met the chick. But it was like the season started in May, so I doubt that she would remember me and shit. But I was going to go to the game anyway, but I haven't got a chance to go to the game, to a Liberty game. I mean, I had no real interest in going, so I have no interest in seeing 10 ostriches running around the court playing basketball. I can't do it. You can't. It's not really that exciting. But those studs are very rough on the court. They banging. They're more harder than the men playing basketball. All right. But my analysis is if they sit out this year, that will be the end of the WNBA. It's not coming back for 2026, 2027. They're just gonna shut down the operations. And all the ladies out there, they're just gonna have to play overseas. They're just gonna have to, like they used to do before 1997, or during the year. That's how they made them. That's how they made their money. They made their money. Most of the ladies make their money overseas. They don't make their money here in the WNBA. They just like playing here in the United States. But it takes time. It was 30 years, and the league still hasn't made any money. I mean, for a short period of time, the league was subsidized by the NBA just to keep it afloat. It was like a loss leader. It was like a tax write-off on the books for the NBA. You know, it's like another subsidiary that's supposed to lose money as a tax write-off against the books. Now, if they made money, I think during the years, it made some profit where the NBA had to spin it off into its own separate entity. But they still can't make any money. So I'm like, why are they still in business? Why do they still have this league and still in operations? And then you got the studs who really are jealous of Caitlin Clark. I hate to say it, but that white stud, Caitlin Clark, she's their moneymaker. In another level, and has never seen in 30 years. I mean, think about it like this, people. How could a league have a team called the Houston Comets? And I don't know if you remember the Houston Comets, but I remember the Houston Comets, right? They won the first WNBA title, and they won 3 more afterwards. 10 years later, I believe 10 years later, they shut down operations. Now, this is one of the most iconic teams in the league that doesn't exist anymore. But yet, these ladies want more money. They want to take like the NBA, like the NBA cousins, who's been around for 75 years. All right. Now, I don't know if you remember the NBA. NBA did not make money like it's making money now. When I was growing up, or in the 60s and the 70s, it wasn't making money like that. Because it wasn't a sport. It wasn't America's sport like baseball. Baseball was the American sport. Was the #1 sport in the 60s and the 70s, right? Then the NFL in the 80s. Then you had the NBA. The NBA practically grew in the 80s because of Magic and Bird. Okay, you got to remember, man. When I was growing up, NBA, they didn't have the NBA games like it available, accessible like it is today. It was all regional and local. All right, it was all primarily on cable. And I remember when I was growing up as a little boy here in New York City, it would come on. The Knicks games would come on sporadically on Channel 9. It would be coming. It was like the game of the week on Channel 9. Which is WOR-TV here in New York City. But they had the Sunday doubleheader on CBS because that's when the NBA game was on. The NBA was actually on CBS. But the only time I get to see the games were either on Sunday or Friday nights on Channel 9. I mean, there was no ESPN at the time. There was ESPN at the time, but we didn't have cable, so it didn't really make sense. And they didn't have NBA games on ESPN at the time. It exploded in the 90s with Jordan. And it really, that's when they really made their money, in the mid-90s. The WNBA has a very good opportunity with Caitlin Clark, where it could be a gold mine. They just never really found a niche. Now I remember back in '97, after the end, during the season, the WNBA during the WNBA season, there was an unknown executive that said, "Look, the only way this league is going to be successful is that you got to get cuter women, prettier women, and stage it done." Because, like I said, nobody wants to watch studs running up and down the court. No man is going to want to watch a stud. I don't find them attractive. Hell, those studs are trying to go after my girl. So what the fuck do you think what the fuck I'm going to do watching lesbians up and down the court? It doesn't get my Johnson hard. I'm not saying, hey, let me go after these women, man. Let me go after Well, I would go after Cardozo, the Brazilian chick that was from South Carolina. All right, I got somebody in the chat. They said, "Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing?" MD Shahuddin, Lenore, Ice Sleepy, how y'all doing, man? Well, like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all long. The only thing I'm gonna say to that is that I hope they get it together. I hope they don't sell, because if they sit out, it's gonna be a long time before they bring the WNBA back. And if they do bring it back, it's going to be revamped. It's going to be a revamped league. I don't think we're going to see as many studs on there as we do today. But they're talking about an expansion back into Cleveland and Detroit. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. But I'll be monitoring it. I won't be watching, but I'll be betting on the games. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this cigar. And I have my Schaefer beer. And I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I'm going to head out because I got shit to do. I just wanted to holler at the players today. And hope y'all enjoy your Wednesday. I'll be back on Saturday. I'm going to have the Balcony Chronicles on Saturday. I hope y'all don't miss it. I'm going to be talking about, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. I may be talking about things that's off the dome. Who knows? But just stay tuned. But listen, this is Talking Crazy 88, and I am out of here. And black men, let's be careful out there. All right?